you to do me Coast. And the opportunity here is our educational series for our managers and our board members to showcase or highlight some of our vendor partners. In this case, it's Vote HOA Now, to show you how it's going to help you and make your life easier. So Cathi, if I could you introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about you, but more importantly, not to belittle you by any stretch, but tell us about Vote HOA Now and how it's going to make everyone's lives in the HOA world a little bit easier.
Thank you, Paul. Yes, I will. Cathi Sleight here with Vote HOA Now. Just some of my background. I was a manager here in the Pacific Northwest for over 12 years. I've been to elections. I have a lot of experience in the day-to-day business of a manager's day and life. So that will be helpful to everyone that we work with. A little bit about Vote HOA Now. Of course, we are an online voting company. We exclusively serve the HOA condominium co-op industry. We only run votes for them. That's it. We don't serve any other entities. We're all CMCA certified, so we do continuing education. All of our staff are educated CAI business partners, and so as you can see, just in summary, that we really do focus on this industry and electronic voting for elections and amendments. So some of the fun stuff about Vote HOA Now, of course, is that we've said this all along, of course, or we never would have started this company, that the future is online. And you can see here some of the stats. 90% of Americans are online. It's certainly a different time right now, and I expect that number would be much higher. 84% in 2019, which was almost a year away, owned a smartphone. Most of them have internet service. They're smartphone dependent, which means that some of our younger millennials and whatnot don't even know what a landline is or how to dial a rotary phone or anything, which is really funny. And 64% at that time owned a tablet. But we know now that if you're K-12 and under, you own a tablet as of today, because most of the schools issue tablets. So our future voters coming online with us.
So Cathi, you bring up a really good point about everybody being technology, or I should say most of us being technology comfortable. Here in Florida, obviously, we deal with a significantly higher than normal retirement population, and some of those individuals, let's just say for fun, are not comfortable in the technology space. Can you talk a bit about that part of it? How does this technology, or the ease of use of this technology from the end unit, the unit owner, if you will, how is it comfortable for them?
Well, the good news is they can vote on any device. They can vote on their phone, their tablet, or their computer. For the older generation, which is what we call them the active adults, don't let them underestimate you. It's funny, ages 65 to 69, the research says that they are online 85% of the time, even more than the age bracket below them. So they're embracing technology quite well. They're, doing Facebook, they're communicating with their kids, they're doing, FaceTime and those types of things, and they are voting online. And we have a lot of statistics. Of course, we serve a lot of communities that are 55 plus, and they're our most successful group. So it's really fun. Don't underestimate them. They have embraced technology wonderfully.
Sure. Now, I'm not underestimating them at all.
Yes.
I think it's great that they're moving toward it. Absolutely.
And you're still going to get the few that, will request a paper ballot, or they love to come to the meeting. They like to visit and chat with all the neighbors and everything. But most of them will vote online, and, they don't even need to know what browser they're on or anything. All of our system is web-based, so it identifies what's going on with them. They don't even have to think to cast their ballot. But some of the more important benefits, of course, are, saving time and money. This really is true. You are going to save time and money. Just think of all those paper ballots and envelopes and framed envelopes and everything that have been, recycled or thrown in the trash. We're going to get away from that. You're going to increase your participation. Those owners who aren't doing anything, that never return their paper ballots, they don't have time to come to a meeting, their kids have games, they have different things going on, they're going to vote online, and they're going to appreciate you giving them an opportunity to vote. Our service, of course, we provide the full service setup and management of every vote and survey. So for you, that is a secure privacy layer. No board member, no manager, no committee member would find out what the results are before the vote is final. Eco-friendly, we talk about this all the time. You know, we email all of our invitations and reminders with a link to the voting site. We can send them out 20 times a week or 5 times a week, entirely up to you. All the parameters are set by the client. Of course, you know, every vote is tallied immediately. And the good news all of this is no recalled meetings, no reconvened meetings, anything. We are over 90% successful at reaching quorum for you before your meeting.
And obviously, quorum is a significant challenge across the board. We truly believe that unit owner apathy is the biggest challenge for associations, let alone getting people to run for the board. Just to have them show up at meetings is a challenge. So the voting world on the online side really does kind of bridge that gap on the quorum side. Is that a fair statement?
It is, yes. And interesting, I'm glad you brought that up, because we are now, you know, in this environment, everyone is trying to still complete those important elections. You know, a lot of risk in not doing it with insurance policies, G&O policies, all those things that expires based on terms and coverage and everything. They still want to run their elections, but they don't have candidates. We're doing a lot of quorum-only votes. We're just putting in the write-in spaces. You know, you can still nominate yourself up until the day that we close the vote. So those are all important things to consider too, that don't think that you need candidates to vote online.
Understood. So talk to me a bit about the ballot, talking about the slide that's in front of us. What about the ballot? And obviously we talked about the quorum challenges, but walk us through the ballot from the online world.
Well, first of all, we do build a customized site for each one of our communities. So you'll have a banner that has something fun on it, your monument picture, something like that. We house only that owner data in that site, so it doesn't get commingled with anything else, and it's only used for the purpose of voting. But the ballot features, of course, some states like Virginia still require a proxy or a directed proxy. So we do have those options available. If you have a quorum only requirement, we see these typically in elections. We can add on that quorum only. And that's basically for the owners who don't know the candidates. They don't know who they want to vote for. They've never been to a meeting, but they certainly want you to be able to achieve quorum before the meeting. So they would select that. Like I said, we're doing a lot of write-in candidate votes right now. We don't have anyone running for the board, but we're hoping that we can get some write-in candidates and elect someone at that meeting. We can do percentage voting. Don't be scared if you've got percentage. Those condominiums, sometimes their votes are based on percentage of their square footage or their parking lot or their storage space, all combined. We do cumulative voting. So we actually serve 30 states in the nation. So whatever voting method has been created, we can typically meet that requirement. Also, if your vote is secret, this is really important. You know, a lot of secret requirements out there on the ballot where no one can see how anyone voted. We do have a secret option so that we can select that before your vote starts. And then, you know, ballots should be fun. They should be informational. They should have the candidate bios on there, or a brief statement from the candidate. We can include their photos. We've even had some clients do a 1-minute video, and those are really fun too. So a lot of options when you get online, of course, a little bit more than with a paper ballot.
Now, this next piece is very exciting in my mind, because most people think online voting is just the annual election. That's it, end of discussion. In reality, that's not really accurate. There are other uses of this online voting. In the example that you show on the third bullet, which is the amendments, can you talk to us about, you know, what other ways to go about this, or what other votes can you get regardless of the annual elections? Can you walk us through that?
I can, yes, thanks. Yeah, issues, measures, amendments. We do a lot of budget approvals, some like a lobby design. our system will actually allow you to load a large document. Let's just pull out amendments specifically. Sometimes we're looking at the old document, and we're looking at the red line, and we're looking at the proposed document. We can put a link into each one of those documents and load them. So just imagine not having to send 100 or 200 pages to your owners and providing it online. They don't even have to be able to download that document. They're looking at it on the internet. So it makes it really seamless for them to look at all three of those documents at the same time before they would make their selection. But we do like lobby design renovations. We can load photos, anything. There really is no limit to what a ballot or what a vote could be online. We see a lot of mixed ballots. Don't forget your meeting minutes and your IRS ruling 7604 and those things that you vote on your meeting. They can also go on the online ballot. And then, of course, we do have a great...
Sorry about that. Go ahead.
There, the surveys. Yeah, if you wanted to do a survey, we could actually help you with an authenticated survey as well, which only can be taken by your owners. It can't be shared like SurveyMonkey or anything like that, so you really get a true feeling of what your owners are thinking.
And there is a level of privacy there, to your point, where it can't be shared, and only owners who are logged into the system can actually get access to this vote. Is that fair?
That is correct, yes.
Excellent. So obviously, unit owners are going to be interested or intrigued about this because it should make their lives easier. Can you talk to me about the invitation email that we're seeing right now?
Yes, thank you. Everything is done by electronically. An owner with an email in the system, of course, would receive an email invitation that looks similar to this. Everything can be customized to fit your association. That banner at the top there is where we're going to hold your photo or a logo or something that the homeowners would like to see and makes them feel like they're in the right place. All of our messages are dynamic. We provide the unique registration code. We generate those for you, so no one has an old report or any account numbers or codes on them. Very important. Be sure and ask us, especially important in an election. And it's just simply click here to go to the ballot, and it's just really, really easy. And there are a couple ways. Either you receive the invitation or you visit the voting site and enter in your code, so everyone can vote online.
Well, Cathi, I really do appreciate the time you spent today. Obviously, this is the future. There's no way to get around it, if you will. But if a unit owner or a board member or a manager wants to reach out to you directly, what's the best, most convenient way for them to reach out to you and talk about Vote HOA Now?
Well, there's two ways. You can call me directly at 503-428-663. You can go to our website, votehoanow.com, click on the I want online voting button and fill out the form and ask your question there. One of us will reply back to you. We try and take care of those right away. Or you can call. Our 800 number is also on the website, votehoanow.com.
Outstanding. Again, Cathi, thank you so much for your time. Much continued success, not only for you personally, but also for Vote HOA Now. And for our managers and our board members and anyone really watching this webinar at the moment, it is the future. It is coming, and it will make everyone's life exponentially easier. So please feel free, reach out to Vote HOA Now, get the information that you need, and get that ball rolling, because it's going to make quorum requirements easier and going to have much more safety and security regarding your elections. Again, Cathi, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you, Paul. Appreciate all the help.